All right, it's a Tech Tip Tuesday, number 17, the difference between move to and add to in Google Drive. So this is a non-publicized feature that's in, well, I guess not in the menu options, but it's a neat little trick to use. So I'm going to show you how to use it. So if you go to Drive and you have a folder in your Drive, folder number 1 here, and you have a file. You should know by now that you can move that file to a different spot, like folder number 2, and then move it. It no longer appears in folder number 1. It will only appear in folder number 2. You can also do the same thing when you have the file itself open. If you didn't know, you can move the folder here from the file and move to. It's an option. You can also, I prefer, and I show my students this, the little folder icon here. You can move from one folder to the other. Fairly straightforward. So the file actually disappears from one folder and only shows up in the other. However, sometimes you want more options in your drive, in my drive itself. You don't want to be limited just to moving it from one folder to the other. For example, say you have a folder in my drive that's organized well, and you have a group of documents together you want to keep together, but you also don't want to do anything as simple as just maybe share it with somebody for editing privileges. You want to put it in a shared folder that is maybe organized a little differently. You might have reasons for doing that, but it's confusing because you don't just want to put a copy there because you would like to have any changes that are made show up in both places. So if you want that option, here is what you do. You can't see me do it, but on your keyboard, if you hold Shift and press Z, it brings up a dialog that can't be brought up another way. It's not in the menus. You can only get to it by pressing Shift Z. So again, select the document just by single clicking it, left click. On the keyboard, press Shift Z. And then in Drive, I'm going to pick a second spot I want to add it. And notice it's an add button, not a move button. So when I click on that, I get the dialog, tells me it's in both spots. So my drive, folder 1 has the document, folder 2 has the same document. Now what's the point? The point is that if I open the document in folder 1, it can be edited, it can be changed. Once I get the options up here, bold, and that's a rotten color. Let's do this guy. And I can line some things up here. So there we go. Working in folder 1, I make some changes. I'm all done. It's saved in Drive. I go to folder 2, same file in 2 spots. It is not a copy. It is not a duplicate. Notice those edits show up there. So if you want to add, not copy, not duplicate, but add a Google Drive file to 2 spots, you can do it this way. Works for document, slides, anything you have. I haven't tried it with non-Google, and I would suspect that it would not work with non-Google files like PDFs or PowerPoints or Word documents. But anything that's Google and native, like docs, sheet slides, forms, etc., drawings, I'm certain it'll work. Now, if you're wondering where these little icons came from, wouldn't you like to know? If you go to, they are emojis, but if you go to this article right there in my tech tip for the day, you can find out. So have fun with that. Adding some files to multiple folders and adding emojis. If you care, they show up differently on PCs versus Mac, the little emojis, but that's fun. Anything you can rename any folder or file in Drive. So have fun with that. Until next time.